Hello and welcome to a Build with Bear bonus stream. We just got a huge raid from Abby Russell, so we're gonna kick things off on this here stream. Welcome raiders, hello, and regulars. There are regulars mixed among you. Yeah, the stream is just beginning. I'm Pat Bear. If you don't know, hit the follow button if you aren't already. I normally build model kits and Lego sets, but on Tuesday I do something different than that. And this particular Tuesday, I am doing a Tiermaker stream. That's right. I'm a proper streamer from the year 2020, doing Tiermaker lists and generating content like that. Well, I'm going to throw the Bear Cave Lego Scythe Tier 2 blue emote in chat if you're currently a subscriber. You can reply to those emotes. But yeah, I'm doing Tiermaker content. And also, there's a thing that... I'm doing where if you want to donate a couple bucks, I have to update a thing here, but if you want to donate a couple bucks, you can, or $10 minimum, you can donate whatever, but if you do $10 minimum, you can suggest a tier maker list, or you can just be like, here's an idea that I would love to see you do something for, or you can actually just send me a link in the Ko-Fi page there in the comments to an actual tier maker list that you want to see me cover. And I'll do that because I'm trying to pay for some dental work that's coming at the end of the year. Or sorry, the end of the month. What am I saying? I got distracted. At the end of the month, I need a little dental work. So that's basically what the stream is about. I have a bunch of them that I'm going to do, and they'll be fun. And we'll get into the first one now. But yeah, if you want to make a donation, you can. And if you want to include a suggestion of something that we can rank, you can do that. But let's go ahead and jump over to this feed here. And we're gonna start with, now, several years ago, I made YouTube videos of me ranking some stuff. And I did it once a week for an entire year. I did 52 episodes. And a few of them were lists that I made. And so I decided that I was going to update. Hey, Lord Crashington, I was going to update a couple of those lists. So this first one is Orange Cassidy Ring Gear Tiermaker list that I made and updated. I literally updated it today because there's been one addition. Because the joke is that Orange Cassidy and AW just wears the same thing, but there are subtle variations. So we're going to rank them from S, A, B, C, or D. And you can see, this is, like, I'm not joking. This is all of his looks. There is his regular look where he is wearing a shirt of himself, wearing a shirt of himself with a denim jacket over it. There's denim jacket, no shirt. There's no shirt, no jacket. There was the one time where he dressed as Rick from Rick and Morty. And he was in a tag team with someone else also dressed as Rick. And then there was also a motive. Hey, we got a big donation came in. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. I'll finish this and I'll get to that. Then there was one time where he dressed as a cameraman at ringside. So he wore all black. That was weird. And then you can't see it in this photo, but trust me, he has O and C written in makeup underneath his eyes because he was tagging with Sting. So his Sting tribute was just to write OC, a very lazy amount of makeup. Or face paint, which is very funny. I found that to be very funny personally. All right, yeah, we got a donation here through Ko-Fi. There used to be a sound that would come up, but it doesn't do that. Or right now, it's not doing that, which is weird. But anyway, we're at 78% of the goal already with a huge donation, which is so lovely. Okay. Requesting Kit Kat flavors. So our next thing is going to be, we're going to search for Kit Kat flavors, and that'll be the next thing that I rank. Thank you so much to the anonymous person that made a $48 donation. That's lovely. That's so kind of you. I appreciate that so much. Thank you very much for that wonderful donation. But yeah, we'll do Kit Kat flavors. We'll find a Kit Kat flavors tier list. But let's rank the looks of Orange Cassidy. Once again, this is the Orange Cassidy ring gear. Let's start with the regular one. It's S tier. He wears the full outfit includes They look like denim jeans, but they're really sweatpants with pockets. A plus look all around. The shirt with a picture of himself wearing a shirt with a picture of himself. A plus. Denim jacket to match the pants. Excellent all around. No shirt. I don't love no shirt. I think I prefer the shirt. That's just me. If other people feel differently, but I particularly don't love the no shirt. It's A tier. With the jacket. Now, no shirt, because that's how he wrestles. He doesn't wrestle wearing a shirt, because he will take the shirt off and then lightly toss it and barely get it out of the ring because he's a lazy gentleman. That's excellent. That's his regular look. That's S tier. Like that a lot. Kim dressed cosplaying for Halloween Rick and Morty in a 3-person team where 2 people were dressed as one character and the other was dressed the other. I didn't love that. We're going to go B tier. That's a B tier look. When he dressed in all black to disguise himself. Now, there's 2 rules. There's 2 ways to look at this. On the one hand, it's very funny. On the other, it's clever in a way that the character is smart. He's just lazy. You would think that he would have picked a less good disguise because everyone in all the ring crew wears all black. So it was like smart of him. So we're going to go with but also looked very good. So we're going with A tier. And then I should just find this photo. Let's see. Do I have this photo? Let me look over here. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Pardon me. That popped up in the wrong place. That's fine. Yeah, let's see. I'm going to give you a bigger photo of this. There's the bigger photo because I downloaded this photo today. So you can see it's good. He literally just put an O and a C. That's his face paint tribute to Sting. That's good shit. I like that a lot. I think it's very good. To minimize that. Is that ref outfit the most work he's put in? So, yeah. So when he wore all black to blend in with the ring crew, that's effort. That's a lot of effort. Because you imagine that he was supplied with this costume. So it's incredible to just write O and C. Because, like CM Punk, when he tagged with Sting, he did his arm cross thing and the Chicago flag stuff on his face, and various other people have done tributes to Sting makeup. But OC just wrote OC, and that's good shit. So that's our first tier list. We already nailed it. We already knocked it out of the park. The Rick outfit seems like a wig and coat over his normal attire. It is, Lord Crashington. That's why it's B tier. Because it's good, but it's not great. All right, so let's go over to the official Tiermaker page here. I'm going to close out of that tab. And then we are going to search for Kit Kat flavors. Because somebody donated a bunch of money, and they would like me to rank Kit Kat flavors. Which I have had lots of, but I've not had all of. So we'll find a list that's appropriate for that. And once again, that's Kit Kat flavors. We're going to see if this is the one we want here. Kit Kat flavors Tiermaker list. God tier. Highly recommend. They're okay. Not that great. Terrible. Have not tried. And then, yeah, okay, good. So we can fit all this on the page, and then we'll just have to go through them. There'll be a couple you won't be able to see because there's a lot here, but we'll get into it. Regular old Kit Kat. And again, I'm not going to know all these Kit Kats. I'm going to look at the photo, but I'm not going to know all of them. So we're just going to go off vibes, which is going to happen in some of these. The regular Kit Kat rules. That's a God tier Kit Kat. I don't know what this is. The packaging looks good. We're going to say highly recommend. Is this Skittles? No, this is a cereal. This is something like a Fruit Loops Kit Kat, maybe? I don't know. That sounds okay. Yeah, the problem with doing this kind of Kit Kat thing is that, I don't know what some of these are. So I'm just kind of going off for vibes here. And again, you get some small stuff here. I might jump ahead because, I know that I think peach is I think peach flavor is bad. So I know that sucks. That's a strawberry and cream looking thing. That sounds great. That sounds highly recommended there. Ooh, that looks good. Yeah, again, I'm just kind of going off vibes. What I see here. This is a that's I've had these. That's great. That's going up to God tier and muffin. All right, let's just try to get through it line by line here. This seems to be a variety pack of Kit Kats. That sounds awesome. I love that idea. Um, is that cherry? Like that's either bonbon or cherry. That sounds good to me. Um, it's orange chocolate. Hell yeah, I love that. Kit Kat Gold. Here's the thing. We're not even going to do haven't tried it because there's so many of these. Because most of this would be haven't tried it. So we're just going off of vibe. So we even can get rid of this category here. We're going to delete this row because there's no reason to include that because there's so many of them I haven't tried. All right, great. So now we're just kind of going off. I mean, I've had a few of these here. Ooh, that yeah, oh yeah, that the flan. Yeah, that sounds like something I would recommend. Yeah. Um, what do we got going on here? What is this like sparkling wine and strawberries? No. I can understand why someone would like it, so I'm not putting it in terrible. This is some sort of dessert that looks pretty good. Is that a I don't know what this is, but there's a turtle on the packaging, so it's God tier. There's a blue turtle on this package. That sounds awesome. I don't know what kind of Kit Kat that is. That seems okay. That just looks a kid. Yeah, all right. We'll say that's good. Birthday cake Kit Kat. Yeah, I would. Yes, Lord Crashington, that has been an issue with Tiermaker since the invention of Tiermaker. That sometimes you just have to go off photos. And now some people do lists where they like literally write the text over every photo or underneath every photo to help you out, but not everyone does that, which is why like I have at least one other Tiermaker list that I made myself, so I know for sure what could be listed there. Let's see. This one is very tiny. I can't see it, so we're going to say it's not that great. This looks like a liqueur. I'm not interested in that. Apple Kit Kat. Yeah, I'd fuck with Apple Kit Kat. That sounds okay. I don't know what this one is, so we're going to say it's not great. If it was so good, it would be bigger, says some John. Yes, there would be a bigger photo of it. A higher res photo if it was good. This looks to be, I'm going to say this is like some mint stuff in here. That sounds pretty okay. Like maybe a Christmas one. That one's got weird wrapper I don't really like. That looks pretty good. That looks terrible because it's a it's a transparent, so I don't trust it. Yeah, all right. And that doesn't look good, appetizing by the packaging. That looks pretty good. And that looks great. Excellent. We did it. Thank you for your generous donation. Here is your ranking of Kit Kat flavors. I appreciate you very much. Thank you to the anonymous person that made that large donation. We'll keep you anonymous because you didn't include it in the Ko-Fi. So I appreciate you very much for that. We are at 78% of my goal, which is fan-fucking-tastic. Yeah, so that was recommended. We'll go back up here to, I could share it on Twitter or Facebook. We'll go back to the Tiermaker main page here. We'll go to categories. This will come back to. Let's go to another one. I made this in the year 2020 when I was doing Tiermaker lists, as I said. This is Gundam Wing Endless. This is, wow. I 4 years later, and I recognize now, today, that I spelled the title of this wrong. It's supposed to be Gundam Wing Endless Waltz Mobile Suits Tier List. And I wrote Gundam Wing Endless Wing Mobile Suits. Holy shit. Hit the edit button. It does not matter. Gundam Wing Endless Waltz mobile suits. Ranking the mobile suit versions exclusive to Endless Waltz. And I got all the images here. And I got my tier list here. We're to submit. 2020 was a different time. The wings never ended. Yes. Sometimes it takes 38 months to fix a typo. Yeah. Shout out. So now 10-point modified. And then shout out to no one noticed it either. Yes. Yeah, that was a rough time. It was a rough time, 2000. Okay, so if you were unfamiliar, Endless Waltz is an OVA. It is the canon or not canon, depending on if you care or not, for the anime Gundam Wing. And the main Gundams all had slightly different versions of them. They were all customs, which is like their kits, but modified. There was a new version of the Tall Geese, which incorporated stuff from the Epion. There was a new Grunt, the Serpent, not Scorpion, Serpent. And there was, that's it. So we had an exclusive new Grunt. We had the John. So I did not include the Leos or the other Grunts. I only included the new exclusive Grunt in this list. Because the Leos are very similar to television Leos. So I did not include that. But the Serpent felt unique enough. So let's go through these in no particular order. Let's see. The Death Scythe Hell Custom. I mean, this is... Hey, I love Death Scythes. There's literally one of my emotes is me as a Death Scythe. Like, hey, I like Death Scythes. It's a S tier. I mean... Even beyond the fact that I love these, and this may or may not be my favorite mobile suit of all time. It's got wings. It's got a cool double scythe. It has. It takes the honestly not great Death Scythe Hell and makes it make sense in a way. The flapping wings are gorgeous. It is scary in a way that Wing doesn't really have mobile suits that are particularly frightening. I love it. Top to bottom, tip to toe. It gets rid of what many would call the weakest part, the shield drone thing that doesn't really need to be on the Death Scythe. That always felt weird. It should just be the Blitz Gundam did it right. It should have been a grappling hook. So, props to the Blitz Gundam. The Death Scythe is, that's S tier. Then we have the Heavy Arms Custom. That's also S tier. They took the Heavy Arms. Okay. So I have to figure this out. They took the Heavy Arms. They added more rockets. They doubled the double guns. They made it so you can drop them and you still have your hand. All of these are great. The colors are fantastic. I do love an orange kit, and there's not enough orange in mobile suits. But for the griminess of Waltz, which Waltz looks like it was made before Gundam Wing, which is incredibly weird to make it feel older, even though it takes place after. So the change to the to the Heavy Arms is gorgeous. The one knock on this kit is the wrist blade is gone. Because it has double guns, barrels, it doesn't have a wrist blade. But the wrist blade not being that, the wrist blade is counteracted by the fact that you can get it with the half mask, Troa's half mask. So that counteracts it. It keeps it an S rank. It has a demerit, but the new elements to it outweigh the one demerit I can think of when it comes to the Heavy Arms custom, which is it doesn't have a wrist blade. It's tough it doesn't have a wrist blade, but it's still okay. A tier. A Sandrock that is A tier. So this photo of the Sandrock does not include the thing that pushes it to A tier. And so I do need to say that this photo of the Sandrock custom is not A tier. But the Sandrock custom from Endless Waltz has a cloak. It has a full body cloak that looks like fabric for the heavy deserts as a cloaking device. It's a cloak that cloaks, and that pushes it up to A tier. My least favorite mobile suit from Gundam Wing, but you put a cloak on it, we're looking good. The Serpent, which is a grunt that has that because of Troa's influence on the new faction, has the double barrel gun. It doesn't have two; it only has one. It's a good grunt. Is that an A tier grunt? Is that an? Here's the thing: if I am comparing it against other grunts like the Leo, it's not A tier. If I'm just saying this is a new design, and you know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. If you are stealing an element from a Gundam and mass producing that element, that's A tier. Not enough shows have the evil folks stealing from the coolest shit. You gotta steal the cool shit. That's A tier. Tall Geese 3 is S tier. I love a Knight's mobile suit. It incorporates elements from the Epion. They could have just done an Epion custom, but instead they made a new Tall Geese that is the best Tall Geese. Because the Tall Geese 3 is just like, got shit from the Epion. It looks fucking cool. It's got giant weapons. It's got a giant shield that's nonsense. It has a whip. Like, yeah, yes, John. No one asked for a new Tall Geese. We would have been happy for a, like, darker red, even darker maroon Epion. But a new Tall Geese. Gorgeous. The Wing Zero custom is S tier. I'm gonna snooze that. Because of the raid, I did not run ads before the stream started, so at some point there will be an ad break that happens. I will push that ad break off as long as possible. My apologies when that ad break does happen, but I'll push it off as long as possible so we can get through some lists. Look, I'm not the biggest Wing Zero fan. I think the Wing is actually better than the Wing Zero, but the fact that they decided, well, it's a wing, it should have like an angel's wings, and those angel's wings can form a cocoon around it. And so that makes it practical because that's for like going from space to Earth. They added a practicality to it. And it's gorgeous, and also those wings are a pain in the ass to put together, but it's worth it. Yeah, I gotta go with that. I gotta go, and also the idea of the double guns, from space with the wings outstretched. The fact that in Endless Walls, it looks like the wings are like easy to use and control. Oh, it's very good. And then finally, the Nadaku. Which is the Nadaku custom. So that is the Shenlong becomes the Nadaku. Shenlong becomes the Altron, becomes the Nadaku. It's a Chinese luck dragon. They made the Dragon Gundam more Chinese with its color scheme and its older design. I know some people are haters on the extendable claw arms, but I think they're great. Why is the neck red? I don't know, but it is. I think it's fantastic. This is a great kit, and I think this is top tier. Lord Crashton says, I've been seeing a number of AEW Tiermaker lists for various subjects that always has the bottom tier be the Chris Jericho tier. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I mean, non-champion Chris Jericho, because his championship run was solid and the company needed it. But since then, yeah, it's been a bummer. Get a little water here. Yeah, I think that ranks that. A Sandrock being A tier for me is a lot. That's me giving a lot. And again, that cloak, a cloak that cloaks is real good. And it makes the kit look pretty cool. Also, the blades, the shortles. I think I'm not saying that word right, but the blades look very cool uh, in Endless Waltz. Yeah, so that's my tier ranking of that. Once again, exclamation point donate has the link here. co-fi.com/patbear. A donation of $10 or more, and you can give a suggestion of something for me to rank. I have a bunch of stuff here to rank. I think I'm going to jump to a weird one. I did not make this list. Vegetables as a defense weapon. And it says vegetables as a defense weapon. That's the list. That's the list we're doing right here. Vegetables as a defense weapon. It should be pretty self-explanatory. I thought this one was great. Someone made this in 2019. We have S, A, B, C, D, and worthless. That's our ranking system here. We have a few vegetables. I believe originally it said not a vegetable, and I changed it to be worthless because I think that it's fine to include some non-vegetables in the list. So this is defense. So it's a tricky thing. Yes, tomato. Yes, Lord Crashington, tomato is a fruit. There are going to be a few things in here that you're like, this shouldn't be in the list. So potato. Potatoes can be very heavy. There are certainly soft potatoes, but a potato can be very heavy, easy enough to throw, numerous in many locations. We're starting things off. I'm going to revisit at the end of this because right now I don't know compared to other vegetables where I would put potato. So I'm going to put potato in A tier, but I'm willing to look at it again. I'm going to say potatoes A tier. We're definitely going to have to look at this at the end of this list. Tomato. Tomato, not a vegetable, of course. Tomato is a deterrent, certainly, because it's going to explode. It might just make you're trying to defend yourself. It might just make your opponent or opponents more mad. So, I don't think tomato is good, but it's not worthless because it's going to explode. John, I have never seen someone actually hit with a tomato. No. So I'm going to say tomato is D tier, but it's not C tier because it's not worthless. Pumpkin. So this is a small pumpkin, right? So I'm already thinking that's actually a benefit. Pumpkin's very heavy. Pumpkin would hurt a lot. And then also pumpkin, big pumpkin, hard to throw. So that's a deterrent. But when a pumpkin breaks, worse than a tomato. Pumpkin seeds all over you, pumpkin guts, it hurts a lot. It's only outside of S tier because it's heavy and hard to throw. So that keeps it out of S tier, but very good. Cucumber. Easy to throw. Dense. It's a lot of water, but it's still dense. Easy to use. Is it S tier? Or are these B tier? And okay, so these are B tier, and this is A tier, because it's not S tier, but it's better than potato and water. Wow, I was going to say watermelon and pumpkin. And is that A tier then? Okay, that's A tier. All right, great. We're figuring this out. Pumpkin is A tier. Cucumber is not S tier, but it's definitely better than potato. Corn. Corn is lighter than you would think. Now, I will say this. I have both thrown corn at people and had corn thrown at me because sometimes you have so many ears of corn to shuck at your summer job that you go a little batty and someone, let's say, not me, someone else, drops a bushel of corn and it goes all over the place, so you throw a corn at them. And then they throw a corn back at you. I'm not saying who that was if I was on either side of that. I got hit with a corn. It did not hurt, but it's better. It's probably not worthless, so we're going D tier. It kind of just bounced off. Radish. Radish? No, that's a radish. What is this? Is this a green onion? No, sorry, purple onion. God, what am I doing? That's a purple onion. Or a red onion, yeah. Worthless. Ooh. You know what? Yeah. I mean, the velocity you could get on a throw of that is okay, but it's not going to do much damage. I'm going to say worthless. I'm going to say a red onion is worthless. Because I don't even think you can get a great grip on it to throw. Celery, also worthless. Fuck are you going to do with celery? Yes. Because corn is at least a large object, and you might be, as a corn is getting hurled at you, you might be like, ah. But also, we're not necessarily just talking about throwing. If you put an onion in your fist, that's not helping you at all. You have to throw an onion. You don't have to throw a corn. If you have a bunch of celery stalks, I guess celery goes in D tier because not this end, but the other end, if you hit someone with the other end, it would do some damage. But yeah, onion you can only throw. Eggplant. I'm putting eggplant in A tier. Eggplant might be S tier. Eggplant might be S tier. It's heavy. It's easy to grip, to throw, and to hit, to swing. There's the demoralizing element of it because you're being attacked with an emoji. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I might change my mind, folks, but right now, eggplant is S tier. Cauliflower. All these are emojis. Yes. Cauliflower is B tier. Cauliflower is B tier. It would hurt maybe a little C tier. It's big. Cauliflower is unwieldy. I'm going to say it's C tier. I don't think it's good. Broccoli, that's worthless. Broccoli is worthless. A stalk of broccoli, a big thing of broccoli is going to fall apart. A little bits of broccoli, that ain't good. Peppers is D tier. No. Pepper is easy to throw. And the seeds are whatever, but it's not going to do any damage. But it's not worthless because some green peppers and red peppers and yellow peppers and orange peppers, of course, are all large. So maybe it'll be okay, but I think it's D tier. What is I don't even this is these I don't even know. I don't know what this is supposed to represent here. I'm putting it there. I don't know what that is. But it looks like it will be harder than worthless, so I'm not putting it in worthless. Carrots. Carrots I think are A tier. They can crumble. B tier? Yeah, B tier. Carrots are B tier. Cabbage. Peppers are hollow, Lord Crashington. You're right. Peppers are hollow, but they're big. So you can at least maybe get a thud in. Cabbage. Cabbage. Can't believe bell pepper is above red onion. I'm losing my mind right now, says Mjon. Again, Mjon, I'm going to go over this at the end. I do double check things. Things can move around. You know, potatoes started A tier and moved down. Cabbage is either B or C. I think, well, let's see. I think cabbage is better than tomato and cauliflower, but I don't think it goes there. I think cabbage is B tier, but cabbage might be A tier. Cabbage is I'm iffy on that one. And then radishes. Radishes are dense. They're small and dense. All right. We're going to move both these up now that I'm looking at it. Broccoli, the thing is, they shouldn't even be in the same category. That vegetable we don't know is chayote, which I know nothing about. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to keep that in D tier. These are all D tier. Corn is in C tier, actually. I think corn moves up because corn doesn't feel right there. Tomato, I think, feels right there. That cauliflower feels right because it's going to fall. Cauliflower is D tier. Cauliflower is D tier because it's just going to fall apart while you're throwing it. Cabbage is pretty heavy. Carrots feels okay. Potato is A tier. Pumpkin is B tier because there's just too wide a variety of different kinds of pumpkin. And the heavier the pumpkin, the harder it is to throw. Cucumber feels right. Potato feels right. Eggplant feels right. Okay. Yeah. All right. I am going to be running a 60-second ad break, folks, here. So folks that are subscribers can still see what's up. Everybody else is going to watch a 60-second ad. Hey, please stick around for, just hang out. I'm going to run a minute-long ad, and then we'll be back to talk about a bunch of we're going to rank other things in just a minute, so stick around. We'll be back. Also, thank you to Dustin Forrester for subscribing. 36 months. Appreciate that very much. We'll be running a 60-second ad break here, and I'm going to hit the applause here. Thank you very much for everybody that's around. We'll probably lose a few people that came in on the raid because I'm running 60 seconds of ads, but I did not run ads before the stream started because of the fact that I got raided at the beginning of the stream, which is so wild and great. For those that are subscribers, hello. Thank you, Dustin, for resubbing. I appreciate that very much. Thank you, everybody who's hanging out. I'm going to get my next one loaded here that we can rank. I don't know what the next one is. I could do that's going to take forever to do. How many are of this? Snack foods. Ooh, snack foods is pretty fun. We could do that. Yeah, we'll do this one. Maybe. I've got it. I still have a few. Lists here. Okay, yeah, we'll do this one. The ad break is over. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you to everybody sticking around. Very much appreciate it. We're going to get into our next tier list. Reminder, if you $10 or more, you can make a suggestion of a topic, or if you have a Tiermaker list ready to go, you can link that in the Ko-Fi page as well. And I will be sure to take a look at it. And again, just trying to, I got a dental stuff that I'm trying to take care of at the end of the month. And I was looking pretty good. I think I was like $100 away. And then they were like, oh, no, you have to come a second day. And so adding up all of that, it's more than I was expecting it to be, which is fun. It's not fun. I'm lying. All right, what's this list here? Let's go to a list that was made 4 years ago. Types of drinks tier. So this is a tier list. Types of drinks. A tier list for different types of beverages. No alcohol. Beverage types include all brands, including colas. Example colas, including Coke, Pepsi, RC Cola, etc. It's a bunch of different kinds. We're gonna rank some drinks. And we just have S through F. F ranked drinks. We'll start with Gatorade. All flavors of Gatorade. This is types, remember. So all flavors of Gatorade. We don't have, we have a few things here. Gatorade. Again, these can move around. When we're getting into these things where I'm not definitive on all of them, they can move around. I'm going to say Gatorade is C tier. I have had worse types of beverages. They're beverages that I don't like more than I don't like Gatorade, but I'm not super up on Gatorade. So we're putting in C. Can move around. Lemon lime sodas. Lemon lime sodas rule. I love a Sprite, a 7-Up. Excellent. Top tier. Refreshing. Fruit punch. A great fruit punch is excellent. A bad fruit punch is very disappointing. A tier. Water. I mean, a glass of cold water is pretty good when you need it. Water is the most boring thing. It's not the worst, but it's D tier. Lemonade. B tier. I feel like B tier. Milk. C tier. Energy drinks. F tier. I hate energy drinks. I hate them. I hate everyone that says that their energy... No, well, this energy drink tastes good. They're lying. They taste good for energy drinks, but inherently, energy drinks taste terrible. F tier. Certainly taste worse than water and milk and Gatorade. Grape juice. I'm not a fan of grape juice myself. I like a grape soda. I don't particularly like grape juice. We're going to go D tier. I think water's boring, but I'm moving water up to C tier. I think water can be in C tier. Yes, Lord Crashington. Somebody made this list, and they are a human, and they are fallible. Iced tea. Oh, iced tea's right up there with lemonade. Yeah, that's B tier right there. Sparkling water, get in the bin. F is the bin now. I've changed this to the bin, the garbage bin. Get in the garbage bin. Sparkling water, get the fuck out of here. Hey, this might be where I lose you. I understand. This might be where we don't see eye to eye on sparkling water. Some people are a big fan. I'd rather just have fucking water than sparkling water. Get the fuck out of here. Citrus sodas. Ooh. Like a pineapple soda? Or an orange soda? Or like hey, Mountain Dew gets a bad rap. Mountain Dew gets a bad rap because of its marketing to gamers. But Mountain Dew tastes good. Citrus sodas taste great. That's S tier for me. Also S tier, colas in general. Like, I'm not going to put cola at A tier. If I like lemon lime sodas and citrus sodas, I like I like sodas. Turns out I like sodas. Chalky milk. 1, fuck off. 2, today, in 2024, as I approach my 44th birthday, I'm not interested in having a chocolate milk. But chocolate milk was incredibly important to me for many years of my life. There were days, again, I'm not trying to depress anyone, but there were days in my childhood where knowing that I was going to get a chocolate milk at lunch was enough. You know what I'm saying? So it's B tier for nostalgia purposes. I think chocolate milk today, I would be like, oh, no. But chocolate milk is an all-timer, so we're going to keep it in B tier. Root beer. Fuck yeah, root beer. You get right up to the top, root beer. Turns out, sodas, you know what? I see you over there, orange soda. You're up there too. All sodas are S tier for your friend Pat. Citrus soda, not including orange soda. Okay, sure. But yeah, get up there. Other sodas that are not on this list that would be up there, all of them, except for birch beer. I don't like birch beer flavored soda. That would be lower. I think birch beer might be even Dr. Pepper, which I don't love, is weird in a way that I appreciate. Apple juice. D tier. Just so, ugh. I used to like apple juice, but no, I can't say that apple juice got me through the day. Powerade. I guess that's got to go in. Should I drop down Gatorade and Powerade down here? I don't hate Powerade. I don't know. I'm going to look at this list when we're done. Orange juice. Orange juice is B tier. Yeah, that feels right. Tea. I haven't had a tea in quite some time. I'm a hot chocolate guy myself. I do love a good hot chocolate. So I'm not necessarily all in on tea or coffee. I like them. I love them. I'm gonna put tea. They don't. Yeah, neither of these have to get in the bin, but I'm not. I'm not into them myself. All right, so let me look at this. Sodas are S tier. Fruit punch is A tier. Lemonade, iced tea, chocolate milk, orange juice are B tier. Lemonade moves up to A. Now that I'm looking at it, iced tea seems about right. Chocolate milk seems about right. Orange juice feels right. Gatorade, milk, water, Powerade. Do I want to move any of these up or down? Is water B tier? Water's B tier for me. Huh. All right, water is B tier, I guess. Gatorade, milk, Powerade, that feels right. Grape juice, apple juice, tea. Hey, got a donation from Dustin. Thank you very much. We'll take a look at that in just a second. Tea and coffee. Tea is C tier. Energy drinks, sparkling water. That's our list. Thank you very much for this donation coming in here. We gotta move some things around here. Let me do this. I do this, and it updates 79%. Excellent. We're on our way. We're making it happen. Thank you very much for that donation. G1 Transformers is the request. All right, let's see. Let's see if there is a Transformers. Where would you put Pilk and Monster Milk? Well, Monster Milk is terrible, and Pilk is bad, but Dilk is okay. Pilk is like fine. That's like D tier. Monster Milk is bin tier, and Mountain Dew and Milk is like B tier. Because sometimes I think about it. I haven't had it since. I have not had it since. But sometimes I do think about it. All right. Let's go over to Tiermaker list here. Let's find that. Types of drinks we can get rid of. We can get rid of that. We'll go over here. I haven't had it since. It's a phrase of denial. Yeah, I mean, I haven't had it since that one time, but sometimes I think about it. So it was good. I don't want to have it again. All right, let's see. Let's see. G1 Transformers. Let's see if that's in there. Transformers. All Transformer movie toys, Transformers games. Let's see. Ranking Transformer movie designs, Transformers films, movies. Looks like a lot of Tiermaker people, Dustin, my apologies, but it looks like a lot of Tiermaker people are really focused on the movies. But we'll look in here. All animated episodes. So I'm looking for G1. I put G1 in there. So we'll see if it shows up. Generations, Armada, Transformer Legends, Japan Generations, Prime, movie, best Transformer shows, IDW, Transformers movies, film characters, animated characters, Transformers Fembot tier list, just say women. Transformers movies, live action strength and power tier list, studio series, shows, cartoons, TV series, Transformers animated, Transformers trilogy, Earthrise movies, human protagonist games, Cybertron, Rescue Bots. Oh God, there's another page. We'll look here, and then maybe we can find like original characters, TV shows. Earthrise, Prime, Autobot tier list. Do that. Transformers tier list, villains, power rankings, toy lines, all Transformers shows and alt dubs. G1 Transformers. There we go. I typed in G1 Transformers and I had to go to the second page to find it. Every character from the original. Note, there are no individual combiner toys on this list to keep it shorter. Oh, God, how long is this list going to be? S through D. God. All right, I'm not going to know the names of some of these. I'm not going to know the names of some, I'm not going to know the names of some of these. So just Dustin, we're going off vibes on a lot of these because, like, I don't know. This is a combiner, and all combiners are S tier. I don't care. Uh, Dustin says, yeah, just grab the ones you recognize. Look, all combiners rule. If you're taking 4 or 5 or 10 transformers and you are mashing them together to make a big transformer, that's S tier. I will hear nothing else. What is this, an Insecticon? I don't know what this is. That looks pretty cool, though. She's cool. That's a triple changer. That's S tier also. If you have 2 different transformations and a robot mode, S tier. You are this. They did this twice with Autobots. Giant robot form, tiny transformation. S tier. That's S tier. Same thing with the microscope. The microscope is very tiny and then is a giant robot form. That's S tier. Let's see. We're not going to do all of these. Soundwave rules. Let's see. Fucking spaceship. That's A tier. Weird spaceship UFO. I love that. That's terrible. Combiner, S tier. Old school Bumblebee, A tier. Dinosaurs, S tier. Dinosaurs are S tier. Car doors as wings makes you A tier. Easy. Let's see. Again, I'm just going to go through some of these. There are some no rhyme or reason. That's A tier. Wait, that's the same one. They just put that in twice. The person that made this list is suspect. Movie guys makes you B tier. If I recognize you from the movie, that's S tier. Because Constructicons, S tier, easy. Optimus Prime is S tier. What are we doing here? Let's see. What dinosaur? I mean, that's a dinosaur, so it's S tier, but I don't know what dinosaur that is, but it's S tier. Laser, yeah, that's A tier. That is also A tier. If you are some sort of tape and you become a tiny thing, that's S tier easy. Or A tier easy, I should say. S tier for dinosaurs. Oh god, movie weird nonsense Junkatrons or whatever. I don't know what whose tape is this? That's A tier though. This guy's A tier. Tapes are A tier. I don't make the rules. There are so many of them. Thank you so much, Dustin. We're not going to go through all these because we're going to hit the hit. We're going to do the hits like Starscream. Starscream is A tier. A tier, yeah. The thing that comes out of the truck part of Optimus Prime is here. Get out of here. You go to jail. Oh, yeah. Is Metroplex in here? I mean, Metroplex is obviously A tier. Oh, I don't really know what that is, but yeah, you go here. There's dinosaurs, Unicron. You go up high. You go S tier because you're giant city. You got to go S tier. There's Megatron. Megatron's S tier, obviously. Obviously, Megatron is S tier. What else we got here? The cameras. The cameras were so weird. B tier. Cameras were very strange. I'm not, look, dinosaurs are S tier. S tier. I'm not going to move the dinosaurs. Anything that is a tape that transforms is S tier, but also S tier. So just imagine that I have moved. Actually, I don't know what this guy is. You go down here. I don't know who you are. But yeah, imagine all dinosaurs I've moved to S tier. And all bots. This thing is weird. You came from a different line. I don't like you. I hate you. You go in here. What's the big face guy on the right? This thing? Like the Junkatron guy? This guy? Is that what you're asking for? Galvatron may be a dumb character, but he's an awesome toy. Galvatron rules, yeah. Yeah. I think this is from the movie, and it's the monsters that the Junkatrons are fighting against. I don't know. Oh, Shockwave. Shockwave is cool. Shockwave stayed behind. He's A tier. But yeah, imagine. I'm going to move various parts of these to a bunch of places. Where's the guy who's Microscope then becomes big? Microscope is S tier because he's a tiny microscope and he becomes a big giant guy. That's S tier. There's nobody else I really need to call out here. I mean, like I said, actually, you know what? Ravage is the only S tier. Ravage is the only S tier tape. All the other tapes are A tier because I love the concept of little friends. There's the bat. That's fun. Hello, Vicky. Welcome. There are tapes I've never seen before, and I love that for me. Laserbeak is fine, but Ravage is cool. I think Ravage is cooler. Laserbeak is still A tier. And some movie only are B tier, but not all movie only are B tier. This just looks like a guy. I'm not going to dig through this to find Mirage, but Mirage rules because he's a cool car that also can become invisible, and that's fun. They don't use Mirage enough, in my opinion. These all look like fake Gundams, says Lord Crash, and some of them do look like fake Gundams. You're not wrong. Oh, he's in here twice. Well, then I'm going to put slight alteration of color. I'm putting you here as well. You get over there. Here we go. Here's our other S tier. Our other S tier is the microscope that is huge. You should do the most Gundam Transformers list now. So, to get yourself into S tier, you have to be a triple changer, a combiner, a dinosaur, a small robot or big robot that becomes a small transformation, or Optimus and Megatron. Some movie only are B tier. If you are a tape, you are A tier. There are some things that are shitty that I think are bad. Mostly I just think that Ironhide is bad because his toy was terrible because it was from a thing that didn't fit in with the other mishmash of toy lines they combined. If you're a jet, you're probably A tier because jets were cool. There are a lot of ones I don't recognize at all. If you're a bug, you're like B tier. The Insecticons were kind of B tier. But yeah, if you're a jet, that's cool. Yeah, I think we're going to do that because there's so many in here. Dustin, thank you so much. I appreciate you. So we're going to go to another one here. Let's get me slightly in trouble, perhaps. I'm going to rank vacation destinations, having not been to many of these places, almost all of these places. We've got S, A, B, C, D, and no. There are many places on the list I have never been to, but I have opinions on them, and we're going to go for that. We are going to be looking at this not from the place. We can take into consideration many things like, have I actually been there? Do I know people there and have heard very good things about them? Would I be mad if I found out that's where I was going? Various things like that can be taken into consideration. But from the guise of not moving there, but a vacation. So like, I'm going to talk about New York City on the idea of a vacation, not my favorite place that I've ever lived in my life, a place I'm desperate to move back to someday. Greece. Economically, certainly in trouble. Gorgeous in many places. This could move around. I think I would put Greece at like a B. It's not in my top 10 of European countries I would like to go to, but I can't not think about the idea of going to Athens being pretty fucking cool. New Zealand. I mean, why am I not just going to Australia? Did I already go to Australia and now I'm going to New Zealand? If I'm going to New Zealand. Lord of the Rings doesn't mean as much to me as it does other people. Sam Neill has a farm in New Zealand, and that's important to me. New Zealand is B. It evens out to B. It could move around. Switzerland. I'm going to get what I want out of Switzerland to other places. I'm going to go with C tier. Adirondack Mountains, I'm not interested in that. C tier. Hawaii. Yeah, I fucking want to go to Hawaii. Of course I want to go to Hawaii. Hawaii is S tier. A thing I did not take into consideration. Is this vacation spot a place that would prefer less people make it a vacation destination? Because there are a lot of people on the many islands of Hawaii that would prefer that I stay my ass home. Does that jump it down to A tier? It does. It drops down to A tier. It does. Hawaii is gorgeous. I would love to go there. Hawaii is not all of Hawaii is psyched about the amount of people that come to Hawaii for vacations. Niagara Falls. It's one note, right? That note is powerful. It's a powerful note, but it is still just one note. And I think we can all do better. I think we can all do better than that one note. That's just my take on it. Tahiti. Not what I think about when I think about this kind of place. I don't think about Tahiti. Yeah, it's kind of C. Yeah. What side of Niagara Falls? Lord Crescent, great question. There's two sides that could change things. New Orleans. I have been to New Orleans. New Orleans was fine. I don't drink, and I rarely party these days. So that, I did not have a great time in New Orleans because I do not drink, and I don't party that hard. So I'm going to go with D because I did not have a good time in New Orleans. South Korea. I mean, of that part of the world, is my interest high? My interest is high. It's not top of the list, but it's high. I would like to go to South Korea. I'm going to put that in A tier. It is a place I would like to go. Canada. Here's the thing. I have friends in Canada. Canada's huge. It's weird to just put all of Canada. That's weird. 2, I have friends in various places in Canada I would love to see. Is that vacationing? B tier. New York City. Here's the thing. It's S tier. I don't care that I'm thinking about all of the places in New York. If I am just thinking about Times Square, it's good to go once. Seeing plays, excellent. The shopping, the food, the people watching. The Statue of Liberty kicks ass and is neat to see and visit. Uh, Going to the top of 30 Rock so you can see the Chrysler building, because the 30 Rock is easier to get the top of and cheaper, but you can then see the Chrysler building, and it's gorgeous. The city is vibrant and alive. Pizza, it's S tier. It's S tier. You get to pilot the Statue of Liberty with an NES controller, indeed. Spain. I have been to Spain, and because I have been to Spain, I can tell you that Spain is B tier. The Grand Canyon. There's so much shit to do. I lived there for 4 years and felt like I barely scratched the surface. Yes, Snuffy McGee. New York just has it all. I miss it greatly, but it does have it all. Yes. Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon. I'd love to see the Grand Canyon. I'm going to put Grand Canyon at A tier. Or not S tier, A tier. Grand Canyon is better Niagara Falls. If you want to see a thing in America that is just a big thing in America, I feel like that's the Grand Canyon and not Niagara Falls. Look, Alaska is gorgeous. There's not a lot going on there. I'm not particularly interested in that. I'm going to put Alaska in C tier. I'm probably missing out, but it feels C tier to me. Iceland. I would love to go to Iceland. When I say Iceland, obviously I mean Reykjavik. I want to go to Reykjavik. I want to go to Reykjavik, of course. I want to eat bad fish things. I want to go into the many, many hot springs. I want to meet. I want to run into the all-women rap collective that, when I last met members of, was there is a rap collective of all women out of Reykjavik, and various members of that group traveled to New York to do the Del Close Marathon, or improv marathon, at UCB when I was still there, and also take classes. I have met maybe 30 members of that group. I would like to meet the rest. Iceland's pretty high up on the list for me. It's a weird thing to say, but it's true. I'm going to put Iceland at A. Paris. Yeah, I fucking want to go to Paris. I know I'm trite. I understand that I want to go to Paris. I want to stand near the Eiffel Tower so it looks like I'm bigger than the Eiffel Tower. I don't want to go up the Eiffel Tower. I want to do a bit in front, take a funny photo in front of it. I'd like to go to the Louvre. Yeah, I want to go. Thailand. I'm good. No. You know what? No, I don't want to go to Thailand. Apologies, but I don't want to go to Thailand. You know what? That's mean. We're putting it in C tier. That was too mean. I don't want to go to Thailand, but it's not like, fuck off, I'm not going to Thailand. Amsterdam. C really is places that I don't feel terrible about, but also don't want to go. I'm going to move Amsterdam up to B tier because I believe Boom Chicago still exists. Boom Chicago is a short-form improv group that ran for many years. Many fabulously talented comedians made a living in Amsterdam by working at Boom Chicago. I wouldn't mind going there. I'll put Amsterdam in B. India. India is C tier. I have no interest in going to India. I don't have anything against India. That is, okay, so we've decided what C tier is. C tier is, I don't have a problem with you, but I'm not interested. So Niagara Falls moves down to D tier because I do think it's boring and a weird thing to make a big landmark for us. So that moves down there. Prague, C tier. The Caribbean, C tier. Australia, A tier. I want to go to Australia. I really do want to go to Australia. Australia might be S tier. I'm going to think on it. Ireland. I have been to Ireland. I can tell you that Ireland is A tier. Ireland rules. I love my time there. I would love to go back. Pat, why is New Orleans D tier? I had a really bad time in New Orleans. I had a very unhappy time in New Orleans, but it's not no tier because my friends had a good time in New Orleans. But I just didn't have a good time while I was there. I had a very not great time there. So I can't give it better than D, but I can't put it in no because my friends did have fun. If I drank, New Orleans would have been probably B tier. But yeah, I want to go back to Ireland. Rome. If this said Italy, it would be A tier, but it's Rome. And like, if I'm going to Italy, I don't care if I go to Rome or not. So I guess I'm putting it in C tier. Yeah. If this said Italy, it would be higher up. The Maldives. I don't think of you at all, Maldives. You go in C tier. Boston. What do I say? I've been to Boston so much. If you want to go to an American city that is old, Boston is the old American city to go to. I think you'd have a better time in Philadelphia than Boston. But if you were looking for an old, big city in America, Boston is great for that. I would not have gone to Boston had it not been for PAX and wrestling. Those are the only two reasons I've ever gone to Boston. Boston is in D tier. Yeah, Boston's D tier. Sorry, it is. It's D tier. Lake Tahoe. No, there's no. Lake Tahoe sucks. Get out of here. San Diego. San Diego seemed cool. I've been there once. It seemed cool. Why is San Diego on this list? I guess San Diego is C tier. I don't know why it's on this list. Oh, great. Now I got two lines here. So I'm going to have to dig up. Not Japan, but Tokyo. I mean, Tokyo is going to be S tier. Like, again, I am a basic weeaboo boy. Tokyo is S tier. I want to go. I want to go to Akihabara and Shibuya. I want to take the train out of Tokyo and go to Osaka. I want to see the one place in Osaka that does English language comedy that is the combination of it is an amuse-bouche of all the other theaters, the comedy theaters in Osaka, that but it does English and German and one other language that I can't remember performances, and I want to see that. I want to go see a Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling show in Tokyo. I want to go to Shinjuku Face and walk up all those flights of stairs to the Black Box Theater and watch some Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. Buenos Aires, I don't think about you. Las Vegas, no. Never been, don't want to. San Francisco, been there one time. I would go back. I would go back for longer to San Francisco. I was there for a wedding and then hung out a little bit. No, only two of my friends still live in San Francisco that lived there when I went. So I'm going to put in BT. No, that's Tahoe. Get out of here, Tahoe. Tahoe, you're down there. San Francisco is bottom of B. Yeah, I'd like to go back to San Francisco. Venice, A tier. Not S tier, but A tier. Cancun, I don't want to go to Cancun. London, I've been to London. I like London a lot. I would love to explore London more. They put Scotland in here twice. We're only going to rank it once. Scotland is B tier. I went to Scotland, Ireland, the United Kingdom, England and Wales. Wales apparently not on this list. Wales, I did not have a good time in because of the people I met there were not good representation of Welsh folks. I have been led to believe, but I had bad experience with some Welsh folks. Scotland was pretty cool. There are still lots of castles in Scotland. It was pretty all right. I'd go back. The other Scotland, I'm going to put this at the bottom so we don't have to look at it. Chicago. As I've grown older and less friends of mine live in Chicago and less big elements of Chicago are there that I once wanted to see, there was a good period in my life where I was desperate to go. I would still like to go and stop into Jackbox. Speaking, we had Abby raid us. I would still like to hang out and stop into the old Jackbox folks, say hi. I would still like to go to a Chicago Sketch Fest. I'm gonna see Dave Lang. Yes, I would like to tour. I would like to tour Iron Galaxy. See Dave and Adam. So I guess I'm gonna put Chicago at B tier because I do want to go. Machu Picchu, I don't think about you. You're in C tier. Seattle is also D tier. Like, I've been enough. I don't need to go back. I don't need to see anything else in Seattle. I would go back to PAX West, certainly. I would never go to the pier again. I would never go to the Space Needle again. I would never go anywhere outside of the convention center. I'm done. The airport has the light rail, and that's good. I even saw the big rock that's under the overpass that everyone graffitis. I stayed near that and walked by it. The buses are good there. That's fun. But yeah, I'm going to Seattle in D tier. Dubai. No, I don't want to go to Dubai. Miami. I don't want to fucking go to Miami. Singapore. Singapore going to end up in C tier or B? B tier. C tier. C tier. I don't think about you, Singapore. And then finally, Galapagos Islands. B tier. I think I would go. Let's look at this again. Our S tier, New York City, Paris, Tokyo. Heavy hitters. Fuck it. We'll put Venice in S tier. Yeah, I would like to see Venice. Hawaii in A tier. Hawaii's only in A tier because there are good elements. Many people in Hawaii that would love to. There would be less tourism in Hawaii, so we'll drop it down to A tier. South Korea, Grand Canyon, Iceland, Australia, Ireland, London. I'm moving up Australia to S tier. There's just so much. There's just so much going on there. Love to see it. Greece, New Zealand, Canada, Spain, Amsterdam, San Francisco. Is San Francisco too high? Scotland, Chicago, Galapagos. San Francisco, you're moving down to C tier. Switzerland, Adirondack Mountains. I have nothing to hate. C tier is I don't hate you, but I don't think about you. So that D tier, I have to kind of have a. So yeah, Switzerland, Tahiti, Adirondack Mountains, Alaska, Thailand, India, Prague, the Caribbean, Rome, the Maldives. Is Rome? Move Rome up to B tier because I thought maybe Italy as a country would be there. Since it's not, we'll move it up. Buenos Aires, Machu Picchu, Singapore, and San Francisco. I'm being nice. New Orleans, Niagara Falls, Boston, Seattle. All that feels right. And then Las Vegas, Lake Tahoe, Cancun, Dubai, Miami. Great. That's the Tiermaker list. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Before we get into our next one, I do have a few more lined up here. Of course, we're going to go until 11-ish, maybe a little after that. If you would like to make a donation for my upcoming dental work, the 2-day visits that I'm doing, you can do that. $10 or more, and you can pick a subject for me to tier. I do have more. Let's do another vibes-based one. I kind of like doing these vibes-based ones. Let's do this. This one's great because I've never watched an episode of Ben 10. Reminder that I am 44. I have watched plenty of things that were outside my age range when they launched. Ben 10 was not one of them. I think the concept of a kid with a watch that can turn into versions of aliens that he sees is pretty cool. This tier list where you can rank every single Ben 10 alien from the classic series to Omniverse, including the Ultimate Forms, but no reboot. How many are there in this? God, let's look. God tier A, B, C, D, E. There are less than I thought there would be. So that feels all right. These are not Ben 10's forms. These are the aliens that Ben has met and can transform into, I guess. Is Animorphs the millennial Ben 10? Yeah, I wasn't really big into Animorphs, but probably. I'm also an older millennial, so I'm not the right person to talk about Animorphs. Because that was like a little younger than me. I am an old millennial and a young Gen Xer. So, yeah, this was just outside of it. So we're going off vibes only, folks. And I don't know shit about either of those. Yeah. And if you know things about these and you're like, no, Pat, that's not a good one, then that's fine. This thing sucks. That just looking at it, I don't like looking at it. This thing rules. That's A tier so far. That might move up to God tier. I gotta look at the rest of them. I don't like the look of that. I love my B tier. Like the look of that. It's like the worst version of this. This has got something going on that I like. It's like a shark thing. Dustin says, I actually watched Ben 10. Originally, there were 10 forms in the watch. Well, Ben 10, that makes sense. I think he was able to evolve them later. They figured out ways to get more aliens. Yeah. They figured out how to branch out of the 10. That was a mistake, just staying 10. Because you can sell less toys that way. I don't know what's going on with this guy. There's some of these guys have like green pants and stuff. I don't hate this one as much as I hate these. This has more character. I like that. This thing looks like I don't know, kind of like a golem. I like that. Nothing's been S tier so far. This might move up to S tier. I apologize, folks. Hello, welcome. I apologize. I'm ranking Ben 10 alien forms on vibes only because I never watched it. I apologize for saying there's no S tiers. What the fuck? This thing's God tier. Look at this thing. Look at this goof. Look at this goof doof. That's S. And what's going on here? I don't fucking know. That's God tier. I love it. That's pretty good. This is also God tier. I love it. This thing is too busy. Put you down here and see. It has the power to eat anything in spite of and spit it out at anyone. Okay, that sounds cool. This looks Japanese in like a power suit kind of thing. That's pretty cool. This looks to be that but different. Both good. See, here's the thing. I love this guy. I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy at all. He looks sad. What is this? Crocodile? Yeah, you go over in there. You're better than that. Again, vibes only. That's an alien? Yeah, all right. You are better than this, so you go up here. Well, this fucking guy. Resting depressive. So this is like got an attitude. I kind of like him. Going in B tier with him. Many legs, good colors. B tier sounds good. This is boring. This is boring. This is not boring, but it's not great. Boop. And, you know, it is pretty great. Oh. This looks like a fucking like a late era transformer. Put you up here. Ice guy. I assume ice. Pretty cool. Robot seems pretty good. Put you up there. Oh, now we got 2 rows on there. That's okay. There's not going to be a lot of god tiers, so we'll go down there. What is this? The fucking turtle thing? I don't know about that one. C tier. That seems okay. I do recognize this from being aware culturally of Ben 10. So you're going to go in A tier because I'm culturally aware of you. You seem all right. Some kind of weird robot I don't hate. What is it, a beetle? That seems pretty cool. Go up in there. I don't like you. I don't like you. This looks like a fucking Pokemon. Pretty good. Pretty good. We'll put you up in B. Hey, is this just a gorilla? The Devonverse. Is this just a gorilla? Because it looks like it's just a gorilla. While I'm waiting to see if you can tell me about this gorilla. I'm not going to ask you a lot of questions, but I do want to know what's up with this thing. It's a spider gorilla. Oh, okay. See, that's a good, bad alien. Spider gorilla. Yeah, that's god tier. That's a spider gorilla. I love it. I don't like this thing. What is it, a phoenix? I'll put you in A tier. That's pretty good. I don't particularly care about that thing. I wouldn't fuck with that thing. I don't care about this. Oh, this guy's got such a big face. He's all face. I'll put you in A tier. Boring. No. What is that? Is that a shovel? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, that feels all right. That feels all right. I don't love that, but I don't hate it. We're gonna get into some real good weird ones here, which I'm excited about. Not you though. I'm excited about you. What the fuck? What? Oh, that guy's so little. I love him. You're going up. You're going up to S tier, buddy. Look at you. I love you. You're weird. Are you S tier? Are you S tier? You're so much face. No, you're A tier. This thing's A tier. I like it though, but it's A tier. All right. You're weird. I don't think you're S tier, but I think you are A tier. So I'll put you here. Huh. I kind of love this thing, and I kind of hate it. So if I love it and hate it, B tier, the middle. This thing's fine. Whoa, what's your... Oh, it looks like you have a mustache. Oh, you're kind of like a donkey with a mustache. Gray matter? That's a good name. This thing kind of looks like it has a mustache. Yeah, you're S tier. I like a little guy. What can I say? Not this little guy, but in general, I like little guy. Oh, man. Yeah, all right. Oh, no, you're... Ooh. Oh, you seem mad, and it looks like you're wearing just underwear. Yeah, all right, I'll put you there. I don't care about this guy. I don't like this guy at all. I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy. I don't think I like many of these guys at all here. I kind of like you. You'll go up here. All right. I do remember this guy. And a lot of arms carries a lot of weight with me. Whole lot of arms. I'll put you in A tier. I don't like you. I don't like you. You're fine. All right, let's go on vibes here. Forearms, yeah. Love you. I think you're cool. This is just a stupid concept that I love. I love you. I think you're awesome. I like you a lot. You're also S tier. That face does a lot for me. Are any of these S tier or B tier? Pretty good, pretty good. This is B tier. Good, 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 good. I'm feeling good about this row. Are you S tier? No, you're not S tier. Are you A or C tier? You're A tier. What am I thinking of? Gray Matter's A tier. Who's the best little freak? We'll get to that, Lord Crashton. Let me check this list, and then we'll go back up and we'll pick the best God tier. Yeah, we'll put all the little friends together and figure it out. Little friends and cool designs. Devin remembers way more about Ben 10 than I am. This thing is C tier. Sorry, I moved around a lot. This feels okay. This feels okay. This feels right. Maybe you're C tier. I'll move you up. Okay. Now, my favorite little guy. Love him. Love him. Like him a lot. Like him a lot. Love him. So I love these three. I like these a lot. Love him, love him, love him. Yeah, that's the best one. That's the best one. He's got no clothes, so that's an A+. He's got a weird thing in his stomach that all of them have. That's good. He's got no expression. His arms are down in a just like, oh. He's great. His personality is that he has none. He's vibes only, and I love him. So, yeah. That went way better than I thought it would, considering I've never seen any of Ben 10. Never in my life. Okay. We started with a wrestling one. We're going to do another wrestling one. I'm going to go through this fucking fast. Because this is AEW roster 2024. It's the whole goddamn AEW roster. I have the official roster page. This has been updated May 14th. They added May 14th, so it should be accurate. I have the actual website loaded up. The roster page, men's and women's, so that I can go through all of these and do my best. We're going to do this fast because there's so many. Now, these are on the roster page. There are wrestlers who are not signed to AEW. So for a full-time contract, they're Ring of Honor and like per appearance. So you're not going to see like JD Drake on the list. Or some people. But there are other people that you're like, I never see these people on Ring of Honor or TV. Why are they signed? I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason for this. And our listing is going to be SAB, fine, internet only, and no. And we are changing no to Chris Jericho tier. Now, this is not Chris Jericho in his many years as a professional wrestler, his many reinventions, his many peaks and valleys as professional career. This is someone that I just don't want to see on my TV, that I would like to take a long vacation or perhaps not wrestle. Now this is an official AEW tier list, indeed. And internet only means if they were just on Ring of Honor, that'd be fine. I'd be fine with that. So those are our tiers, and we'll start going through. Aaron Solo, fine. You need people to lose who are swarmy, but also can be likable. Why does Aaron Solo have a signed gig? I don't know. Aaron Solo is fine. Action Andretti, fine. He could one day, He does the water thing. That's funny. He could one day become cool. Adam Cole is tough because his current thing sucks, but Adam Cole rules, and he's a good person, and I'm glad he's almost back to being able to wrestle. I was so happy when he came back to wrestling the last time. I'm putting Adam Cole in A tier. I do think that Undisputed Kingdom sucks. Adam Copeland, S tier. It's fucking Edge, man. It's fucking Edge. I'm easy. Hangman. I love Hangman. Hangman rules. All Dark Order are B tier because I am a Dark Order boy. Sorry, not sorry. Dark Order are all B tier for me. John Silver might be A tier. We're going to find out. Angelico, B tier. Love Angelico. Angelo Parker, fine. He's not my guy on that tag team. He's great. Anthony Bowens, B tier. He could get to A tier, but he's at B tier. Anthony Ogogo, internet only. He just doesn't wrestle well. He's a good talker. He just doesn't wrestle well. If he was on Ring of Honor, I'd be happy with that. AR Fox, I need to see way more AR Fox. That's B tier. Daivari, right? Yeah. Ari Daivari, Chris Jericho. I got no time for him anymore. Just produce. If he's only producing, great. I got no time for Ari Daivari. Austin Gunn of the Guns, B tier. They're growing on me. Those guys are getting, every time they wrestle, they're getting better. Being with Jay White's going to be excellent for those boys. They got a long time coming. Bandito. Bandito's B tier, but Bandito's fucking good. He's B tier. Big Bill is S tier. I know. I'm the one making this list. I fucking know that I just put Big Bill above Adam Cole. But here's the thing. I love Big Bill. Large William is S tier. I love Large William. Unpopular opinion, Chris Jericho tier. Get out of here. I think Billy Gunn has done so much for this business. I appreciate Billy Gunn being around. I do not need to see daddy ass on my fucking television. Do not need to see daddy ass. It's time. He's in his 50s. He shouldn't be a champion of anything in AEW. Produce, hang out with your sons. Big Bill does rule. Thank you very much, people supporting me and my wild decisions. Bishop Khan, fine. Of his tag team, he's not the guy I think of. I don't think of Bishop Khan. Brandon Cutler, B tier. You need a goof. You need goofs in wrestling. Brandon Cutler is a goof. He can work well. He's very funny. He's a heel you love to see get beat up. He's a babyface you can get behind. Hey, Bryan Danielson's S tier. But who's that Big Bill? Who's that Bog Bill whose shirt he's always wearing? Yes. Brian Cage. Brian Cage is internet only for me. I'm not a Brian Cage guy. I appreciate that Brian Cage is a giant nerd, but I'm not a Brian Cage guy. Other people might be. Brody King is A tier. Fucking love Brody King. God, I would love it if Brian Keith got to do more shit. Yeah, Brian Cage just doesn't do it for me. Here's the thing with Brian Cage. He's not as tall as he's taller. He's got tall vibes, but there are big men in AEW that when he stands next to them, people are like, oh, wait, no. You're not actually that big. And being big is kind of his only thing. Brian Keith rules. Brian Keith is B tier. I would love to put Brian Keith in A tier. I can't do it. Buddy Matthews is B tier. Buddy Matthews could easily get into A tier this year alone. God, Cash Wheeler. I'm just so sick of FTR. I don't know where I can put Cash Wheeler because I'm kind of sick of FTR. So I guess fine. I like Cash more than I like Dax. Chris Jericho is in Chris Jericho tier. Christian Cage is S tier. On the run of his life, even without the belt, a title match that him having a title match at Double or Nothing for the world title, it makes perfect sense. Him being the babyface that won back the title is The Rock up there. The Rock is not an AEW. So The Rock would actually be in Chris Jericho tier if The Rock was on this list, because I don't want to see him. But yeah, Christian Cage, perfect. S tier. Christopher Daniels is a weird one because I love Christopher Daniels. He's a man in his 50s. I don't think he's ever going to have a belt. He's losing all the time. I'm going to put Christopher Daniels in A tier because I think Christopher Daniels can still fucking work. Also, his eye got better, and I love that for him. Chuck Taylor is still on the roster page. He is reportedly never going to wrestle again. Reportedly, his injuries once he gets surgery are so severe in his ankle, they're in necrosis in the muscles underneath the bone, or the bone underneath the muscles, I should say, and he will not be wrestling again, and that is a travesty. Chuck Taylor is S tier. Chuck Taylor is S tier. He is. I hope he picks up commentary. He's not done it since consistently in a long time. We're not going to do a moment of silence because it's a stream, but we will raise a glass. We'll raise a glass for Chuck Taylor. We also won't pour one out because I'm inside in my bedroom. Claudio Castagnoli is A tier in general and B tier in AEW. If that makes sense to you. Claudio has been used well in AEW. Claudio is better than how they use him in AEW. They need a new person in BCC since Yuta is injured, still injured. They need a new person in BCC to lose because that Claudio is the guy that loses. Colt Cabana is A tier. I love you, Colt. I love you so much. I hate that you are stuck in the matches before the show starts and maybe Ring of Honor. Colt is incredibly funny and a solid worker. His heel runs have been good. The serious Ring of Honor run was excellent. Colt can do it all. Speaking of Colton Gunn, where's your brother? You're with your brother in B tier. You guys are pretty great. I'm going to put you together. We now have two lines here, so we're going to have to move around. Danhausen. Danhausen is B tier. Danhausen is fine. He's B tier for me, but in AEW, he's fine. He's not even on... He's internet only. I mean, Danhausen rules. He's incredibly entertaining. He could fucking work. He is a merch machine. He is not used at all in AEW, and that is a shame. His actual matches, when he's given the opportunity, have been fantastic because he can fucking work. But they brought him back just to sell Halloween merch, and that's terrible. So I can only put him in fine, and that sucks. Danny Garcia is A tier. Love that boy. Love Dan Garcia. Keep pushing him. Dante Martin. Fine. Yeah, I can't put Dante is above some of fine, but he's not. I'll put Dante and Darius in B tier. That's fine. I'll put Dante and Darius in B tier. Okay, so this is our first hard one. This is our first difficult one. I hate Darby Allin, but Darby Allin gets positive crowd reactions and people like him. So do I have to weigh the fact that I personally hate Darby Allin and hate when he's on my TV? I am putting Darby Allin. Yeah, I cannot rank Darby Allin well because I hate him. So he's in fine, even though he's probably B tier or A tier. Probably. I can only put him in fine. Dax. Where did I put Cash? Oh, God, all these white guys are blending together. Where did I put Cash? If I put Cash in fine, then Dax has to go into internet only. Dax, please go to Ring of Honor for a while. Drillistico. Man, I don't know if he got hurt or if he had visa issues. I don't know what the fuck's going on with Drillistico, but like, man, Drillistico fucking rules, and I can only put him in fine. Because, I'm putting him in B tier. Drillistico rules. Put him in B tier. The other Dragon Lee. Dustin Rhodes is Chris Jericho tier for me, and that hurts more than just about anything I've said in this tier list. I love you, Dustin Rhodes. You are a legend. You are an all-timer. As soon as you are done with AEW, you will go into the WWE Hall of Fame, and not just because your brother is the world champion, the Universal Champion. Dustin Rhodes rules, and I love him, but every time he is on my screen, on TV, he is Chris Jericho tier. I'm like, oh, cool. You're going to do a nice, fiery babyface promo and then lose. I don't need to see you anymore, Dustin. I love you. But I don't need to see you anymore. Dutch is internet only for me. His partner is Chris Jericho tier, but Dutch looks like John Goodman and wrestles better than John Goodman would, so he's at least internet tier. My biggest complaint with the Righteous is that Dutch and Vince have different cult gimmicks. They are different kinds of cult leaders. They should either be the same cult leaders, the same kind, because one is a tent preacher and the other is a desert hippie. They either need a third guy who is a third different kind of cult leader, or they need to be the same kind of cult leaders, because they're not, and it's weird. Eddie Kingston is goddamn motherfucking S tier. I will hear no complaints. I have loved Eddie Kingston. Chuck Taylor and Eddie Kingston next to each other works for me because I have watched them both almost the same amount, maybe a year more with Chuck, because I was going to more goofy wrestling shows in New York than I was shows that Eddie was on when I first started watching wrestling live in New York and Boston and Philly. I love Eddie Kingston so much. I'm bummed Eddie has dropped all the belts. I hope his injury isn't actually that severe. Yeah, Eddie Kingston might be an Eddie Kingston tier. I haven't decided yet. But right now he's there. Evil Uno is in B tier. Evil Uno is everyone in Dark Order is B tier. Colt Cabana is above Evil Uno, but then's the breaks. Griff Garrison is internet only. I don't need him fired, but I don't need to think about him. Hook is fine. Hook could be B tier. Hook could get to B tier. He's fine right now. Oh, Isaiah Cassidy, I like you a lot. You are fine. Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Jungle Boy Jack Perry is B tier. He's always been a good wrestler. I think this new gimmick works for him. But the idea of Jack Perry in the same stable as Okada doesn't make sense to me yet. I'll get there. But right now, the idea that the Young Bucks, Okada, and Jack Perry are a wrestling stable does not work in my head. So, Jake Hager is Chris Jericho. No, he's internet only tier because they had him as a babyface in Oklahoma because he's from there. They had him as a babyface helping out Orange Cassidy, and it kind of worked. So he goes to internet only because of that. Also, they can't be paying him much. Jay Lethal is Chris Jericho tier. When I see Jay Lethal, I am bummed out that he's there. Jay White is A tier. Jay White, the professional wrestler, is S tier. Jay White, the AEW wrestler, is B tier. but I'm going to put him in A tier because he does seem to be having a lot of fun. I am not AEW doesn't know what to do with him. I don't think they've handled him as well as they could have. I think they are missing out from top heel Jay White. But Jay White is seemingly having a good time in AEW, so we'll put him there. Jeff Hardy is Chris Jericho tier. I get bummed out when I see Jeff Hardy in 2024. JJ is Chris Jericho tier. Same thing. Get bummed out. Oh man, Johnny TV. What do I think of Johnny TV? Johnny TV is fine. He seems very happy. He might be internet only, but we'll put him in fine. Johnny TV seems pretty okay, right? Pretty all right, happy where he's at. John Silver is S tier or B tier. John Silver's not S tier. John Silver is maybe A tier, but I'm putting him B tier because I want all of this Dark Order together. God, we have so many men left. We also have all of the women, but there are less women. I mean, Moxley is A tier. Where did I just put him? Moxley is S tier. I was going to put him in A. That actually doesn't feel right. You're S tier, buddy. Josh Woods is Chris Jericho tier. Juice is A tier. I'm putting you next to Jay White. Shibata, God, AEW Shibata feels like it shouldn't exist. I can't put AEW Shibata in S tier. And I don't think I can put him in A tier. God. Yeah. AEW Shibata is B tier. That sucks, but that's what he is. It's not a big deal anymore when he shows up. That feels awful to say, but that is how I feel about him. Okada is AEW Okada is A tier. He did win a belt. He's got a good record. But he's only had 7 matches. So I'm putting him only in A tier with 7 matches in 2024. Keith Lee. Unfortunately, this version of Keith Lee is fine. I love Keith Lee, but he is just fine. And that makes me real sad. Kenny Omega is S tier. I love you, Kenny Omega. You got to be S tier. I love you. Get well soon. God, we have so many people. Kill Switch. Internet only. I am a Luchasaurus Kill Switch hater. I love dumb shit in wrestling. I love dumb shit in wrestling. But he's not dumb enough. He's just a tall guy in a mask. When you take away Jungle Boy and you take away like that silliness, there's so many better enforcers, so he's internet only. Kip Sabian is fine. I think Kip could do way more in AEW. He could be on commentary more often. He shits that. Yeah, he is shit that's dumb, not dumb shit. That is a good way of putting it, John. Kip Sabian could do so much more than they let him do. Commander is B tier. What a fucking great wrestler that they're using pretty well. Takeshita is A tier. God, we have so many left. God, where do I fucking put Ibushi? I love Kota. Here's the thing. I don't think Kota Ibushi should wrestle again. I don't think he has it. Even before his last injuries and his bad surgery that he apparently had, or the doctor he went to that's bullshit. I think Kota Ibushi should retire from professional wrestling. And that makes me feel bad to say. I can't put Kota Ibushi in Chris Jericho or internet only tier, but I cannot put him above fine. And that makes me feel very sad to say. But he is not better than that there. Kyle Fletcher, I miss Mark. Get well soon. I think Kyle is a good shit. He is a good, fine wrestler. Kyle O'Reilly is B tier. Love you, Kyle. Welcome back. Glad you're okay. Lance Archer in AEW is fine. Lance Archer on the Indies and New Japan is A tier. Get rid of the braids. Big Shotty Lee Johnson is internet only. Lee Moriarty is fine. He's top of fine. He could be B tier. It's a shame that he is not better in AEW, that he's not positioned better, because Lee Moriarty can fucking talk. He can wrestle his ass off. Excellent technical wrestler. One of the only guys in the business these days. He and Danny Garcia are the Joshi appreciators. He is taking moves from Joshi, from ladies wrestling, and then also giving credit. It's awesome. Luther. I cannot put Luther in a cat. Luther does not wrestle these days. He should not be on the wrestler page, because these days he is just a valet, but he's a good valet, so I'm putting him in B tier. No, I got to put him in fine. I can't put him above wrestlers who wrestle. Malachi Black, I am tired of your shit. You are B tier at best. I am just sick of Malachi Black's bullshit and his whole fucking thing. Mark Briscoe, the Ring of Honor World Champion, you are in A tier, because you still get the crowd loving you. I love you. Who we got down here? Wait, who's that? Oh, Mark Davis. God, this photo of Mark Davis is bad. Mark Davis has been injured for a really long time. Get well soon. I can only put you in fine. God. Mark Sterling, smart Mark Sterling, can bump. He can wrestle when you need him to. He is a worker. He is an excellent manager. It is weird that he is in this list. He is in fine, but he is great. He might be B tier. All right, let's try to get through these. Mark Quinn has not looked good coming back from injury. I'm putting Mark Quinn in internet only. My apologies to Mark Quinn. Matt Jackson. A tier. I'm putting the Jacksons in A tier. Or I'll put them in A tier. God. I can't find the arrow, so I have to scroll around. Can I do... No, that won't work either. I was like, I'm trying to think like, oh, I could do this. Okay, I'll do that. Let's see if that will work. I mean, Daddy Magic rules. Daddy Magic is B tier. God. Matt Seidel. Where did I put Christopher Daniels? Did I put Christopher Daniels in fine? Or did I put Christopher Daniels in B tier? I'm never going to find them. I'm not going to find him where he is. I put fine. Matt Taven goes to internet only. When Matt Taven is on my screen, I am wishing someone else was on my screen. Max Caster is Chris Jericho with me. I would love him to just not be there. Knack is weird to put on here because Knack doesn't really wrestle these days anymore. I am putting Knack on internet on fine because he is very funny. So he gets into fine. Mike Bennett is in... Mike Bennett in internet only? Or is Mike Bennett in... Yeah. I'll put Mike Bennett with Taven in internet only. Get out of here. Miro is Chris Jericho. No, Miro is fine. I'm kind of over him. I hope he's dealing well with the personal life stuff he's got going on, but yeah, I think the rose has lost its luster. A tier. We'll put the Bucks in A tier. What the fuck are we doing here? Nick Camarado is in internet only. He shaved his big beard. This man had a gorgeous, stupid beard, and he shaved it. And he looks like a completely different guy. And I hate the guy he looks like. But he is an okay worker, so he goes internet only. Nick Wayne, they need to fucking... Why does Nick Wayne not wrestle? Nick Wayne needs to wrestle more. He has only had 3 matches this year. That's ridiculous. Let Nick Wayne has to be fine, but he's a good worker. Orange Cassidy is S tier. I will hear nothing to the contrary. Get up here in S tier, buddy. Nope. Come on. There you go. S tier. We'll try to get through all the guys. We're probably not going to rate the ladies. The ladies and the non-binary wrestler who works in the women's division. Ortiz. I love Ortiz, man. I'm going to put Ortiz in fine because I don't think I can put Ortiz in B tier. But Ortiz is... You know what? No, fuck it. It's my list. Ortiz is in B tier. It's my ranking. Ortiz is just such a great worker, and people love him. Pac is A tier. Pac rules. You go up to A tier, my friend. You get up in here. Internet only. I don't need to see Big Paul. Big Paul can go in fine, I guess. Penta is B tier. No, Penta's A tier. AEW Penta is a little tough, but we'll put Penta in A tier because I do love him. God, Peter Avalon is fine. Peter Avalon can work babyface and heel. You do need people to take pins so that your favorites don't get pinned. Powerhouse Hobbs has been used so poorly in AEW and stopped and started so many times that I can only put him in fine, but I will put him at the top of fine. He is at the top of fine. He could end up going higher. I can't put him in B tier. God, I don't ever need to see you, Preston Vance. Preston Vance, you are in Chris Jericho tier. Prince Nana is S tier. He is the second. He is either the first or the second best manager in AEW. He goes to S tier. I love you, Prince Nana. Fenix goes with Penta. Fenix is A tier with Penta. Fenix should be S tier in AEW and isn't, and that's a shame. Oh, God. Speaking of shames, I can't put Ricky in A tier. I love Ricky so much, Ricky Starks, but he is a B tier in AEW. B tier is being generous. Roderick Strong is fine. Roderick Strong is B tier. He's not fine. That's my personal feelings on there. Roosh rules. Roosh is B tier. Sammy Guevara is Chris Jericho for me. He's going to come back from being suspended any day now, and he's going to be instantly involved with Chris Jericho, and I'm going to be bummed about that. I'm putting Chris Jericho at the top of the Chris Jericho tier. Samoa Joe is S tier. I love you, Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is S tier. A heel or babyface, he is just Samoa Joe, and he rules. Love that he got a championship reign. Doesn't hurt him if he's not there. Satnam Singh is fine. Satnam Singh is fine. I wish he wrestled more because he's a giant man, and I love that in wrestling. I like a big man in wrestling. So yeah, I'll put him in fine. He's an attraction, but I would love him to be around more. Scorpio Sky is in internet only, and that sucks for Scorpio Sky, but what am I going to do? Can't put him any higher than that. Serpentico is fine. I like Serpentico a lot. You do need people to get pinned. He is a good guy to get pinned. Sean Dean, his tag team partner is Charlie Bravo, not all elite, but Sean Dean is all elite, and Sean Dean is fine. That tag team is good. If it was a tag team, I'd move them up. Sanjay Dutt is fine. Sanjay Dutt B tier? Yeah, Sanjay Dutt is B tier. He is a good manager of a stable I don't like, but he does a good job there. Stokely Hathaway is S tier. Stokely Hathaway and Prince Nana are the best and second best, depending on the day. Managers. They are incredible. Stokely is so fucking funny and so good. He is the AEW World Champion, and Swerve Strickland is A tier. He is not S tier with me, but he is A tier. They are together on this list, and I love that. One of them is currently injured, and so my condolences to the Blade, who does not know if he will be wrestling again. The Butcher and the Blade are fine. They are fine, guys. I cannot put them at B tier, so they are just fine. Butcher and the Blade are both great. Who the fuck is this? Oh, this is a... Wait. Oh, this is Toa Leona. Toa Leona is fine. I'll put you with Bishop Khan. These guys are fine. They are just fine. We're almost done with the men. Oh, God. So, are you fine, Tony Nese? Butcher and the Blade is my favorite 90s buddy cop show. Yeah. You know what? Tony Nese is fine. You need people to lose. He's got a good-looking body. Trent rules. I think I put Trent in B tier. Yeah, Trent's in B tier. Trent's in A tier. You know what? Fuck it. I don't care. It's my list. Trent's in A tier. Trent is such a well-rounded, excellent wrestler. He's finally getting to play heel in AEW. He's a great heel. He's a great babyface. Vincent is Chris Jericho tier. Get out of here, Vincent. You're terrible. You're awful. Wardlow. Wardlow is internet only. I won't put him in Chris Jericho tier. He's fine. You know what? He is fine. Wardlow is fine. Mr. Mayhem is fine. Wheeler Yuta is also fine. Wheeler, get well soon. Hope you get cleared to wrestle again. I hope that you get more to do other than being whiny and pissy. You're fine. Will Ospreay is S tier. Holy shit. Motherfucking Will Ospreay. Motherfucking Will Ospreay. How many women do we have left here? Let's finish it off. Let's go. Whatever. It's past 11. We'll go and we'll do it. Abaddon is fine. Abaddon does not get used as a wrestler often enough. Their last run when they came back and had a distinct run outside of Halloween was very good. Their tag team with Thunder Rosa was really fun. I cannot put Abaddon into B tier. Abaddon is fine. Okay. Anna Jay is B tier. Anna Jay is surprisingly... Every time Anna Jay wrestles, a lot of people are like, oh, wait, Anna Jay is putting it together. Anna Jay is putting it together. Athena has not wrestled Athena has wrestled on AEW television like once this year. It sucks. Athena is A tier. Athena should be S tier, but they don't have her wrestle on AEW television. She's just on Ring of... She is the only champion in the only Ring of Honor champion who only appears on Ring of Honor. Because if you say, oh, the champions don't appear on that. No, all the other ones do, including the trios. The trios, the World Tag, the World Champion Men's Tag Team Trios, TV Champion, every other champion in Ring of Honor, other than the women's and the TV, the women's television, don't appear on AEW television. This sucks. Britt Baker is fine. People would put her higher. I have never liked Britt Baker as a worker or a promo. We are seeing a renaissance for my girl, Deonna Purrazzo. Deonna Purrazzo is a natural heel. They brought her in as a babyface. They fucked up, but now she's getting to shine, so she's B tier. God, Diamante is fucking so good, but I can't put her above fine. I wish I could. Emi Sakura, I will put in B tier anyway. I do not give a shit. Emi Sakura is A tier. Fuck this. Emi Sakura is A tier. I can't put her in S tier, but Emi Sakura rules. Harley has had one match this year. Her one match was recent and it was good. She is internet only for me. Hikaru Shida is A tier. You're going up to A tier. You rule. Jamie Hayter is A tier. Get well. Jamie Hayter, I'm going to put in B tier. She is actually A tier. Oh, actually, I messed this up. I put Shida in B tier. Shida is in A tier. Jamie Hayter has not been able to wrestle for almost a full year. Can't put her much higher than that. God, she got so much better. Julia Hart got so much better at the wrestling. All the love for Julia Hart. You go in B tier. Yeah, got so much better. Kiera Hogan is fine. Chris Statlander is A tier. I love you, Chris. I think the fact that Chris came back from all her injuries and is still doing really well is excellent. So happy for Statlander. She's so fucking good. Leela Gray is internet only. She's just whatever. Leela Hirsch is internet only. Madison Rayne is Chris Jericho tier. When I remember that Madison Rayne earns a paycheck from AEW, it makes me a little sad. She does not have it anymore. Mariah May rules. I am going to put Mariah May in A tier. All her matches have been excellent. Her character work is phenomenal. Love her with Tony. She's not S tier, though. Marina Shafir is fine. She has gotten better over time. She's not great. She's gotten better. I can only put Mercedes Martinez in fine. I can't put her in B tier. I would love to put Mercedes in B tier, but she hasn't wrestled on AEW in 2024, so I can't put her higher than fine. But holy shit, Mercedes Martinez is a great wrestler. Where the fuck do I put Mercedes Moné's? Has not wrestled yet. Her character work rules. It has gotten better. Her song is good. I can't put her higher than B because I don't know if she can go after her injury because we don't know yet. Also, she's probably taking the belt from Willow. So, out of spite, I'm going to put her at B. Mercedes goes at A. She goes at A. She goes at A. Mother Wayne is not she's internet only because she's not Chris Jericho. She just doesn't bring it to the table, and I don't know why. I don't know why she has a paycheck. We don't need her as a heel valet in that faction, the patriarchy. Nyla Rose rules. I'm going to put Nyla Rose in B tier. She fucking whips ass. She's so great. Love you, Nyla. Paige Van Zant is in internet. Paige Van Zant has wrestled like twice. She has not been on television. She does have an AEW contract. She is on the roster page. It makes no sense. I'm putting her in internet only just because she doesn't make me mad. She's not Jericho tier, but what the fuck? Penelope Ford is internet fine. She's internet only. She brings us so much to Kip. She and Kip have had a lot of issues that we certainly feel condolences. We feel bad for her in her position. Queen Aminata needs to get back on our fucking television. Queen Aminata is B tier. She is great. She's so fucking good and so likable and an easy heel. Rebel is internet only. She hasn't been on TV because they didn't want to put her with babyface Britt. Red Velvet is fine. I have nothing bad to say about Red Velvet. Rio rules. I think I can put Rio in A tier. I'm going to put Rio in A tier. Rio rules. Ruby Soho. I can only put Ruby in B tier. I love Ruby so much, but Ruby is not used well in AEW. When she comes back, if she comes back from her pregnancy, because she might not, who knows? When she comes back, I hope they have more for her to do. Saraya is Chris Jericho tier. Get the fuck out of here. Sarah Deeb is Chris Jericho tier. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking title shot. Get the fuck out of here. Serena Deeb. Get out of here. Um, is she B tier or A tier? Is Sky Blue A tier? Let me look at who's in B tier. Sky Blue is in A tier. Congratulations, Sky Blue. You're in fucking A tier. You got so good. You got so good. Taya Valkyrie is fine, and she is not. This is not the best version of Taya Valkyrie that we've seen. That seems to be okay with her. God, Ty Mello is internet only. She does not bring anything to the table to me. She does not have. She's above her husband right here. Thunder Rosa is B tier. Thunder Rosa is. Her comeback has been rough. I'm so happy that she's come back to professional wrestling after her injuries, her lengthy time off. Her last 2 matches were great. Her title match with Toni Storm was that Thunder Rosa we've been missing, so I'm putting her in B tier. Her promos, though, have been great, and her feud right now with Deonna has been fantastic. Hey, it's our first S tier. Our first S tier is coming up. Make way for the S tier. It's Toni goddamn Storm. Timeless Toni Storm is a revelation. She is unbelievable. She is phenomenal. Toni Storm has it all. She can do it all. She is beloved and funny and vicious and weird. She's so goddamn weird. I love it so much. Willow Nightingale, also S tier. Willow, our TBS champion, is a sweetheart. She said shit the other day, or crap. It was amazing. She is so fun and lively and so great in the ring. Her pounce is one of my favorite pounces. Her moveset is so expressive. She's so expressive. They a banger of a theme. Speaking of banger themes, welcome to the A tier to my favorite, the magical girl Yuka Sakazaki. Yuka should be S tier, but they don't treat her like an S tier wrestler. She did get injured recently, which sucks. She only had 2 matches in 2024. She should be a full-time wrestler. She should be on all the time. Of course, when she gets better, hopefully she will. I would love to see her move up to S tier because I love Yuka Sakazaki, but I can't put her higher than A in AEW because they don't use her like that. This took so long. I don't know if I should have done this list, but I wanted to because we're way past 11. But I really just wanted to do this list because I thought it would be funny to do, or fun to do, I should say. Yeah. And then I guess the only thing left to do is add a row above and then label that Mad King, and then put Eddie Kingston in the Mad King. It is above S tier. It is the Mad King tier. And now this is complete because Eddie Kingston is a category all of his own. I am ride or die for the Mad King, Eddie Kingston. The realest man in wrestling. There are better men in wrestling, but he is the realest. And I'm going to lean forward a little bit because I was getting too comfortable. That's going to do it. One last time, I will say, if you want to hit exclamation point or donate here, if you want to make a donation, we got to 79% of the goal. That's great. We started at like 73%. We're making waves. I appreciate you very much for hanging out. I appreciate anyone and everyone that donated tonight. And I appreciate everyone that just hung out. If you came in from the raid at 9 p.m. over 2 hours ago, and you came in on this raid and you hung out, knowing me maybe from PAX or maybe from a Beastcast appearance, or just because Abby stopped watching or playing that Nancy Drew game and you were like, oh, yeah, I'll come on a raid. Thank you so much for hanging out. My next stream will be Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. The plan is to work on a model kit. I got a model kit from the year 2011 that I'm working on because I am traditionally a model kit builder. So I'll be working on model kit on Thursday. Please consider stopping by that if you would like. I want to thank you all so much for being here. We are going to raid. We came in on a raid, so it only makes sense for us to also go on a raid here and keep the party going. We'll find someone doing something cool tonight and go hang out with them. Let's see. Who's doing stuff? Oh, can we go raid Pat? How long has Pat been streaming? Let's see. Pat just started like 20 minutes ago. I'm not sure exactly what Pat's going to be doing. Apparently, he is learning about England. But we're going to go hang out. We're going to hang out with Pizza Suplex. And I think that's going to be really fun. So let's go on that raid. Pat is learning about England, apparently. And so we'll learn something, too. So yeah, let's go raid Pizza Suplex. I want to thank you all so much for being here. Hope you come along on this raid. I know you'll have fun. Hit the follow button if you haven't already. Consider coming back on Thursday for model kits and conversation. We'll talk about anime and video games and wrestling again and all kinds of things. News of the world. We'll talk about a bunch of things on Thursday, including, I don't know, we might talk about how Squarespace is going to go from into become a private company and maybe doomed. Maybe you should get off Squarespace. We'll talk about that too. Thanks all so much for being here. I'll see you on the next stream. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.